What's going on, guys? It's your boy Trolltek here for another video. So today we are getting into episode 12 of Hisman season 2. We are now entering the end game, really. 3 episodes to go. I am kind of sad it's ending, like, slowly. Like, obviously we still I think we'll probably, if I just based on how I usually upload these, I think we'll be done with this show on Friday probably of next week, because if today's Sunday, Tuesday, yeah, so I think end of next week I think we'll be done with this show. And if it's just it's kind of crazy because the show wasn't crazy long. It was it's 14 episodes, which is kind of long, but it's fine. But it took me so long to react to this. I started reacting to this, I'm going to say a year ago. It's got to be. Let me check on Patreon though. When did I upload the first episode? Because I obviously we did the first 4 episodes and then I just dropped it for ages. So let's see, when was it? So episode 1, let's go all the way back. So episode 1 was 20, whoa, okay. So episode 1 was August 16th, 2023. That's crazy. I was living in this was when I was living, not the house, not where I used to live, but the house before that. That's where I was still living there. That's almost 2 years ago. Whoa. No, not almost. Yeah. And in a couple of months, that's 2 years ago. Wow. I've been reacting to this for 2 years. So it's kind of interesting how fuck, that's crazy. That's actually insane. Okay. Yeah. So it's been a journey for sure. Hopefully when I get into Hisman 3 in the future, I probably won't do it soon, but when I get to that point, when I get to Hisman 3, I will hopefully do that faster. So also people were asking, am I going to check out, or they were recommending for me to check out the, what's it called? It's basically, what was it called? Her something. It's basically a gay dating show with women. So that people were recommending that, and I might watch that, but probably not soon because we just watched the dating show. So I'll probably give some time, watch a few shows, and maybe I'll watch that if people really want to see it. I think it's airing now. So it would be cool to probably react to it as it was airing, but I'd probably just give it some time, and maybe watch 1 or 2 series first. If people really want to see it, I can check it out in the future though. People were recommending that. That's why I brought it up. Okay, so I've yapped on it long enough. Let's get into episode 12 of Hisman season 2. Minsung's chat room is open. Oh yeah. So that's where the cliffhanger happened. They were about to get into the Minsung chat. I feel like Hyanjin is going to win so much ground though with this, which obviously I talked about how I'm not fully against Minsung and Hyanjin being a thing, just because of I gave the reasons of why, but obviously I feel sorry for my boy Hyanjin, but I think it might be better for him, honestly, that this doesn't work out, because in the future he's just gonna have I feel semi-toxic relationship if he gets with Minsung. I just think that it won't work out is my point. Of course, you're still figuring out your feelings, Minsung. I think I don't know. It's it's good in a way that he doesn't just make a decision, but then it's also at a certain point, I need some decisiveness from you. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like it's a good thing, but it's also like at a certain point, there's too much thinking. You know what I mean? I don't know, but like it's not a bad thing, but it's also I don't know. It's one of those double-edged swords things, in my opinion.
형진님이었어요.
Oh, okay, so he knew who it was immediately.
변동이 없다고는 할 수 없을 것 같아요. 뭔가 좀 혼란스러운 게 좀 느껴지긴 했어요. 어쨌든 이렇게 고민한 모습이 보였기 때문에 아 그래도 어느 정도 가능성은 있구나.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Minsung's going to end up choosing Hyanjin.
안 들어온 거죠. 그 이유는 잘 모르겠어요. 뭐 호감 가는 사람한테 갈 수도 있고 아니면 뭐 궁금한 사람이 있을 수도 있고 고마운.
The reason I think Minsung will choose Hyanjin, in my opinion, is like what I was saying before, where I think Hyanjin makes him uncomfortable in not because Hyunjin's doing anything bad, but mainly uncomfortable because Hyanjin is, you know, like his bad, like Minsung's bad behaviors. Hyunjin is, I guess, confronts him about, right? That like I'm not saying Minsung's toxic or anything, but he has certain behaviors which I think are quite, maybe not a red flag, but it's like a yellow card, if anything. You know, it's like it's not fully bad, but it's like a hint towards I'm like I can see some bad behaviors that can, you know, could be like recycled throughout this relationship with this person. Hyunjin is a guy who confronts those bad behaviors and is like, why'd you do this? Why'd you act in this way? Why'd you make this decision? Which he's been doing throughout the show. And Minsung, I think, can't hack it, can't accept that. So I think if there's an option that allows him to, I guess, hide from his issues that he needs to work on, which is viable with someone like Hyanjin, I think he would choose that. There's that, obviously. But then there's also the fact that Minsung has been kind of, his biggest like worry has been lifestyle matchups. Like, you know, Hyanjin is like a YouTuber, he's a DJ, like he's got a very extensive like nightlife and community based around that, which Minsung was always uncomfortable with. So there's also that side of things. I think he'll choose Hyanjin. Yeah, so if he chooses Hyanjin, I will be very surprised actually, because I think it really, for him to choose Hyanjin, it requires him to have real intense like self-analysis of his issues, like his own emotions, and actually if he chooses Hyanjin, that would be a moment of like character growth, I think, as a person. But I highly doubt he's going to choose him, because what I've noticed with Minsung is he doesn't really he doesn't leave a window open for him to grow as a person in relationships, at least at this point in his life, and what we're seeing from, at least what they've shown us. That's my impression. No, he's not a bad guy. It's just, I think, yeah, it's again, it's the same situation with Sunu, right? He's a good guy, but I think he's someone that doesn't seem to be ready for a relationship with another person. Again, same vibe. Obviously in a different way to Sunu, but yeah.
근데 이게 조금 서운은 하더라고요. 지금까지 했던 이런 일상들, 그리고 뭐 데이트했던 것들도 그렇고 그런 것들이 갑자기 지나가더라고요.
Yeah, it's like sullied. I can see that.
상대방은 결정도 안 했는데 왜 벌써 나는 이런 마음가짐이 있고 왜 나는 걔한테 이렇게 용기 내지 못.
He probably feels like almost like an idiot as well. As like I put all this attention. I jumped the gun, and now what? Like what?
못해서 말도 못 걸고 그래서 좀 눈물이 나더라고요.
Oh, no! I bet you only Sunho is going to join his chat room. There's no one else is going to join it.
아무도 안
Maybe.
들어올 거라고 생각했어요. 왜냐면 누가 봐도 저는 확고하고
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everyone knows in the house what his vibe is. Akio Juma, who's that? I don't think we've seen that name before. Have we? That nickname? I don't
누가
think
봐도
so.
알 것 같은데요. 성우가 들어왔습니다.
I guess it's
나
Sangho.
아니면은 아마 혼자 있지 않을까 해서
Yeah.
들어갔는데
Even he knows no one's going to join his
혼자
room.
있더라고요.
Like trying to like the thing is with Junsung, trying to chat up Junsung when like if you're not Sangho at least is like talking to a wall, right? There's no point in doing it because it's like we know what since day one we know everyone in the house knows what's going on. You know, like everyone knows what the goal is with Junsung. So it's like you don't even try. Oh, that's okay. Junsung, chill. I'm not sure if it's a translation error or something. You done this guy for a week. Calm the fuck down, Junsung. Chill. I'm sure it's like a translation thing. It's probably like I really like you or something, and like that. There was no direct translation, so they just translate it to I love you because that happens quite often. I've noticed when I'm reacting to like Asian content. You know, there'll be a term where in English it's like really strong, like I love you, where in the language, you know, whether it's Korean or Japanese or whatever, it just means, oh, I like you a lot, you know? So it might be a translation thing, so I may be reading that wrong, but still, that's crazy. It's been a week.
삿포로 가자, 고립되자. 그게 무슨 의미가 있대요. 삿포로에 가면은 그런 눈이 너무 많이 와서 고립되는 경우가 많이 생기는데
The things that like
그게
the simplest things that make their heart skip a beat kills me every time. It's just like, brother, please get your standards higher is all I'm saying.
뭐 영원히 사랑하겠다 뭐 이런 의미가 있대요. 그래서 삿포로를 가재요. 그 말이 제 기억에 남아요.
That was probably the most relaxed chat room. Every other chat room was filled with just like sadness and intensity.
긴장이 제일 많이 됐던 것 같아요. 손에도 땀이 엄청 났던 것 같아요. 진짜 예상으로 따지면은 민성 씨 한 분?
Oh, it's his chat room now. Let's see who joins. I reckon Minsung will join his chat room. I don't know I don't think anyone else will though.
어떤 질문을 해야 될까? 그러다 또 시간은 지날 것 같고 그냥 생각나는 대로 물어본 것 같아요.
저도 이제 긴장한 상태로 이제 마무리했다가 멘붕이었어요, 그냥. 풍선은 형준 씨일 것 같고 뚜비는 민성 씨일 것 같고.
Oh, he misunderstood the shit out of that.
끝까지 질문을 하지 않고 쭉 읽다가 그냥 나가셨거든요.
Oh, and then he was kind of a bit cold to Minsung because he didn't know it was Minsung because he was like, "What, bro? I'm not going to tell you," because he thought it was Hyanjin as well. Oh my god, that's such a toxic idea in general. Like that the producers came up with, just like, "Oh, we're going to make this so toxic." Like, oh, they're messy AF, bro.
단어에 약간 꽂혀가지고 애초에 처음부터 이런 사람들이나 이렇게 알아보고.
But it's interesting that Hyanjin has such a like his view of Hyanjin is so like made up in his head that he thinks Hyanjin would do that, like, you know, be that, like, do that type of shit. It's like as if he hasn't had one conversation with this guy, and you would know that Hyanjin would never even do anything like this because he's just straight up. What he's going to say, if it's him, he's going to say, like, he's going to make it obvious. But it's so interesting to me. Like, Hyanjin's view of people in the house are so, like, not right. You know, because I feel like other guys in the house kind of know to a degree what someone's going to say and the way they're going to act because they've, like, actually got to know these people. Where I feel like Hyanjin doesn't really know the people in the house because, like, every, like, perspective he has on another contestant, even outside of his little love triangle, is so, like, incorrect, which is interesting to me. And I think that leads into my point I was making in the last episode, where I genuinely don't think Hyanjin's, like, really close to the other contestants in the house in the way they are with one another, which is interesting. That's just my impression. I might be wrong.
알아가고 싶은 사람에 대해서 정해야겠다 이런 마음이었고, 그분은 약간 쭉 갈 수도 있다는 생각이 문득 든 거예요.
신명을 들어갔는지, 왜 호감이라고 말했던 상대에게는 들어가지 않았는지, 그거는 뭐 묻고 싶었지만 묻진 않았어요. 그냥 그분을 존중하고 싶었어요.
Interesting. I
잘
guess.
모르겠더라고요. 감정이 안 담겨 있다 보니까. 그래서 추측하기 좀 어려운 것 같아요. 궁금하긴 한데 그냥 고마운 사람? 그냥 그렇게만 기억하고 싶어요.
He didn't even realize it was Minseok because, like,
다 했어?
and, like, I actually kind of understand why Minseok, his logic. I understand his logic, but the issue with his logic is this is him all the time, right? He's like, I don't want to make people uncomfortable. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I don't want to force my emotions on him. But what's happening when he doesn't open his mouth is Hyanjin or whoever else doesn't even know what do you want? What do you want? Do you like me? I don't know. Do you? Sometimes Hyanjin is like, I think you do, and then you do something where I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, he's just there's no clarity with him, and that's his issue. That's the problem. You know, if he texted, why didn't you join this chat room, so on and so forth, at least they could have had some clarity in that discussion. I had a proper discussion about that and cleared probably the air. But, you know, I get it why he makes those choices, but it's just like, yeah, it does stress me out. I just want to shake him and be like, communicate, please.
재밌네. 나는 볼 일 다 끝나서.
난 좀 슬퍼.
그래?
안타까움.
잘했어? 나 손 완전 땀나. 이거 봐, 아직도 있어.
오.
Oh my god, that look is crazy.
그런 감정을 느끼고
Sanu was like, obviously Hyunjin's look, it was like, oh, what the fuck's going on here? But Sanu's look was so crazy. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? This is crazy. This is insane work. Honestly, Sanu is low-key becoming, like, obviously, relationship-wise, I love Junsung and Sangho. They're different, but, like, Sanu is definitely becoming, like, my favorite contestant just because he's so funny. Like, outside of relationship stuff and romantic stuff, he is such a funny dude. Like, just the looks he gets sometimes kills me.
일단 사람을 어색해 하거든요. 그래서
삼각관계에 놓인 적이 한 번도 없어가지고 지금 많이 혼란스러운 것 같아요.
Honestly, I feel like in people's real human lives, love triangles don't really exist. I'm not saying it doesn't exist at all, but in generally, like, let's say if there's 1 out of 10 people in a love triangle, I feel like 9 aren't. Like, the thing is, I have never experienced a love triangle in my life. Like, I feel like it's very rare in real human life to experience it, you know? At most, you might experience it in, like, high school, right? Just because, you know, the people that you're spending time with, it's like max like 20, 30 people in a classroom. So it's possible in that scenario. But in adult life, I feel like it's very rare to be in a love triangle.
그래서 잘했어? 아니 나 그 하나만 볼게.
뭔가 두 분이 들어오기를 조금 기대를 했어서 약간 좀 섭섭한 마음이 있지 않았나 싶은데 뭔가 그런 순간순간에 없었던 것 같아요, 형준님이. 근데 그 와중에 형준님은 치고 들어오니까
I see what he's saying. But like Minsung, why don't sometimes you need to show up, you know? Like the thing that irritates me with Minsung is he wants Hyanjin to always make the first move and be the one to initiate their communication. But sometimes you can do it as well. You can also meet me in the middle ground, you know? Like I'm speaking from Hyanjin's perspective. And I see what he's saying. He's got a good point. Don't get me wrong. But like how many times has Hyanjin been there and tried to communicate and been the one actively meeting in the middle ground? You know, whether it was when they had that conversation on the date or when it was on the phone call when Hyunjin's like, why did you choose this other person? And like, because he's always been the one to kind of make that step towards proper communication between them. So it's like, when are you going to reciprocate? You know what I mean? I get what he's saying. He's right. But again, also, he needs to look at his own actions.
제가 좀 이상한가요? 그냥 조금 감정적으로 조금
Oh, yuck, that sound. That's my alarm as well, so it's just like... That's the worst sound to wake up to, but it's the only sound that works to wake me up. Being in the house with these two is gotta be torture because it's like they're all going through their relationship dramas like unrequited love and love triangles and all this shit. And then you just got these two fucking perfect married couple. It'd be stress. I would definitely be like, get the fuck out of my face, you two.
제가 그냥 안 보이나 봐요, 제가.
That's what I'm saying.
네. 아 근데 너무 뿌듯합니다. 네, 너무 축복을 하고 뭔가 잘 됐으면 좋겠다는 마음이
It's like I support you guys, but get the fuck out of my face.
하지만 눈치 조금만 더 봐줬으면.
That's what I'm saying.
아 장난이에요. 네. 다 좋아요, 다 좋아요. 그냥
I
너무
don't think.
귀여워 보여서 질투가 살짝 나긴 하네요. 네.
얘들아. 형.
So I think Sungho is like the youngest outside of Yoonhee, obviously.
위에 화장실 비었어. 내 화장실. 거기
Minsung is absolutely not a morning person.
요즘에 꿀잼 관전하고 있거든. 쟤네 삼각관계.
삼각관계가 있어 여기?
너 몰라?
Honestly, I'm not a morning person either, but like I force myself to wake up at 6 to 7 a.m. every day. Like it's just I can't, because if I sleep longer, if I just let myself sleep, I'm sleeping till 12 every day. It just is what it is. But I have to force myself to wake up between 6 and 7.
그 연애만 하느라 주변을
아니
돌아가지고.
여기 삼각관계가 있다고? 누가? 민성이네.
응, 민성이네. 형민이잖아. 아, 진준민네.
이렇게 섹시라고.
쟤 팍스라서 둘이나 꼬셔놨어.
오. 형님 부지런하네.
야,
Bro is not in the circle of the house. He does not know what's going on at all. So yeah, I think they did get drunk last night. This is crazy work right now.
밥 주세요.
네? 아 네.
근데 준비가 안 되신 것 같은데요?
너무 피곤하다.
Honestly, I give Hyanjin respect where respect is due though. Like when he's pursuing someone, he is actively pursuing someone, and he's not doing anything wrong, in my opinion. If anyone's the bad guy in this situation, which I don't think there's really a bad guy, but if anyone's the bad guy in this situation, it's probably Minsung, honestly. If we're looking for someone to blame, as it were, probably has the most fault in creating the toxicity of this situation. But I don't think even he's the bad guy. But my only reservation with Hyanjin, obviously, was the fact that his comments towards Hyanjin were borderline him being an asshole. Like, you know, when he first met Hyanjin, the comment he makes in the interview section, and then when he decides to start pursuing Minsung, he makes some pretty like arrogant comments towards Hyanjin. That's my only issue with him, but the actual pursuing of Minsung, I don't think is inherently him being an asshole or anything. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a dick move. He's kind of grasping someone that he acts like is a friend. So that's kind of a bit, you know, how you going. But the actual pursuing, I don't think is inherently bad. Like, obviously I have an issue with the fact that he was kind of started pursuing Minsung like behind Hyunjin's back almost. Like at least with Sunwoo and Junsung and Sunho love triangle, it was like everyone knew what the go was, you know?
하러 가신 거 아니었어요?
오늘 집에 있으세요 혹시? 얼마나 걸려요? 도와줘?
버섯
아니
닦아.
근데 지금 하면 좀 빠르고.
베이컨 많이 할 거야?
베이컨? 있는 거 다 쓰면 다 쓰자.
좋아. 푸짐해서 좋아.
You know, actually, you know what combo I think would work? I know they don't really have like any like romantic feelings for one another, but if we look at their personalities, I think this combo could work really well. Not Junsung. Hyungjun and Sunwoo, I think, could actually work if they had like actual romantic feelings for one another, which they don't, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I think personality wise and like just like the vibes they both have, I think they would actually match each other.
이거 좀 미리 섞어놓으면 또 분리되지 않나? 그렇지. 많이 넣어도 얘는 좀 적당히 넣어도 달 것 같아. 그러면 얘는 넣자.
아니 설탕을 넣고 부족하면 좀 뿌려 먹어.
그래.
아 그래.
그냥 내가 뿌려 먹을 거.
내가 그러고 싶거든. 얘 설탕 진짜 많이 넣었네.
Oh, it's sugar. I was gonna say, I was like, what's he doing? I thought it was salt. I was like, bro's going in.
머리를 해야 되는데 모르겠어.
The thing that stresses me about Hyanjin, not even from a romantic perspective, but he just doesn't leave people alone. Just like, go sit down somewhere, bro. Let me get ready on my own.
지금도 뭐 안 해도 자연스럽게 핀 것 같은데. 이뻐? 자연스럽게 괜찮아.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get the food.
필요하면 보내주십시오.
열심히 아니야. 일단 전 여기서 마무리를 지을게요.
너 한 접시 먹고 얼른 올라가.
먼저 먹게.
아니.
Perfect timing, food and they're cooking.
마무리를 하고 있을게.
일단 준비를 하고 오겠습니다.
네. 수고했습니다.
뭐 할까?
밖에 나가고 싶어. 날씨 너무 좋아.
그리고 오늘 날씨가 너무 좋은데?
Oh, it's quite chilly.
베이컨 봐. 그게 뭐야?
와.
Bro made so much bacon.
야 이게 주객 전도 느낌인데
진짜
지금?
미쳤다 이거.
야 이게 뭐야? 삼겹살 밥.
They didn't cook it enough. I like my bacon like really crispy.
뭐지 이게? 맛있게 드세요. 민성아.
뭐 안 주시나?
설거지 누가 하려나?
제가 하겠습니다. 무술이가 할걸요? 무술이랑 나랑.
다 먹었어?
넌 다 먹었지?
혹시 모르니까 그것도 놔두자. 그것도 먹을 수도 있어.
그치.
피쉬?
도와주고.
They finally toasted bread right. Every time we've seen toasted bread in Asian media, it's like barely toasted. It's still fucking what's the English word for it? Fuck. This is the one thing I hate about being bilingual is fucking. I don't know the names for certain words. What's the English word for it? You know when bread is just the non-toasted, like just soft. I don't know what the term for it is, but in Asian media, they convince you they toasted the bread, but it's still like that soft thing. I'm just like, what the fuck? You know? First time I've seen proper toasted bread.
담배 피고 와.
도와주고 삐게.
It's finally downstairs.
준비 다 하고서 이렇게 걷다가
He's probably trying to avoid Minsung and Hyanjin, to
민성이
be honest.
방이 보이더라고요. 항상 이제 제가 이 공간에 나갔으면은 얼굴을 마주보고 인사하고 자고 있으면 또
왜냐면 여기가 살아야 되니까. 화장실 거울 앞에서 민성 씨 머리를 정리를 해주다가 눈이 마주친 순간이 있었는데 그때 약간 좀 설렜어요.
뭘 했는지는 사실 모르겠고 같이 있는 건 봤어요. 신경 안 쓰려고 했었어요.
Ugh. Where the fuck did he go? Where is he gone? On a date?
마지막인 만큼
Bro
못다한
wearing fake
이야기,
glasses.
좀 마지막 대화가 필요한
Just for the
상대와
aesthetic.
이야기하는 시간.
Like, I tell you what, this gets me not heated. I'm not actually heated, but it gets me low-key so annoyed when I see this just because I'm like, you don't have to wear glasses, cunt. Please take them off. Like, because I would love not to wear glasses. You know, I have to wear glasses every day because I fucking can't see. I hate wearing glasses. So like when I see people wear it for style, I get it. But it's like, take those fucking glasses off.
시간이 있었으면 좋겠다.
I've been wearing glasses since I was like 19 as well. So it's like it's been a decade.
왜 네가 오냐?
I was actually supposed to get glasses when I was 14, but I refused. But then I remember one day I was in uni in class. I just couldn't see what the fuck was on the board. And I'm like, bro, what? Why is the teacher writing so small? And I was looking at everyone. Everyone seemed to be taking notes down fine. And I was like, okay, wait, what's going on? And another year passed from that point on. And then I went to the optometrist and then they're like, yeah, you need glasses like a motherfucker.
너 누구 기대했어? 뭘 기대해요? 기대 안 했어.
Oh, I just clocked Junsung.
약간 이런 느낌?
I guess they're going to have a
맞지 않아?
conversation about the love triangle situation.
그러나
뭐야 이 어색한
어색하잖아.
분위기.
마지막으로 한 명 만나면 준성이 너였으면 좋겠다 싶긴 했어.
성우 아니고?
응. 왜? 난 성우랑 이야기 다 했어.
아 그래?
응. 왜 이거 끝까지 방심하지 않겠다고 하더니.
Well, he did say to when he was talking to Hyanjin, he's like, "Don't let your guard down." So I think he's just on guard constantly. But also, this makes it clear that Sanu definitely his like most obvious like first crush was Junsung. Like just this situation, I think.
모르지. 궁금한 게 있었어. 어제 익명 채팅 처음에 이제 그 카페에서 셋이 만났을 때도 크게 별 생각이 없었어. 성우 되게 잘 꾸몄다, 화장 되게 이쁘다 이렇게 보고 있었고 되게 약간 단정하다. 되게 단정하게 생겼다 이렇게 생각을 하고 있었는데
너 입 밖으로도 똑같이 얘기했어 너.
맞아. 아마 그랬을 거야. 그때나 나나 뭐 지금이나 똑같으니까.
He's like, I don't change just
나도
because
그럴 줄 몰랐어.
I am what I am at all times.
나도 그럴 줄 몰랐어. 난 네가
Junsung's one of those rare people where, you know, like a normal person, but generally people code switch, right, between how they are in certain situations. But I genuinely think Junsung's one of the few. I say this because personally I'm like that as this exactly as well. I just lack the ability to code switch and change up how I talk to people based if I'm in a workplace or whatever. It's just the way I talk is the way I talk. It just doesn't change. It might soften slightly in certain situations, but it doesn't really change. It's still the way I talk here is the way I talk in real life. So I feel like Junsung's similar to that. Like he just is the way he is the way he is in every situation. Not to say code switching is a bad thing. I wish I had that ability, but it's not one I have. Like I think it's a good thing to be able to switch how you talk depending on who you're talking to. I just don't have that ability.
너무 멋있었어. 네가 너무 멋있어서 내가 가진 작은 호감이 저기에 비할 수 있을까? 막 그런 생각을 사실 그래 나도 이제 와서 뭐 어쩌겠어.
그런 사람 그 사람이라는데 뭐 그렇구나. 그러고 말았지.
또 지금 생각해 보면 성우도 진짜 확실한 게 나한테 와서 형 타이밍이 제일 중요한 것 같다고. 형이 이번 기회에
Also, I do want to talk about that. Let's talk about. So obviously, you guys know I've got a lot of reservations with the way Minsung deals with situations, and the reason I'm bringing up Minsung is because I want to talk about Sungho and Minsung. So they both were in similar situations, right? Minsung was in the situation where he was kind of like he's in the situation right now where it's a love triangle, and he's like he has emotions for both guys, right? But Sungho was in that same situation, and the difference, however, which is the most important part, right, is Sungho has feelings for both, right? But once he realized, okay, this is the way I feel, the decision, boom, he made that decision and that's it. It's done. The issue with Minsung is it's like something happens. He's like, boom, okay, this is the thing. And then he flip-flops 5 seconds later. Like that's the difference between them. Where if you really look at the way the thing's gone, Sungho and Minsung are very similar in the experiences that they had in the house, but the way they responded to it showed the difference in maturity, even though Sungho is like one of the young, I think that he's the second youngest in the house. So it's really crazy to me that the younger members, the younger they are, I just feel like the more mature they are somehow in this show. Like you got Yoonhee, mature as fuck. Sungho, Junsung, which I think Sungho and Junsung are around the same age. I think Junsung's 26 and Sungho's 23 or 24, something like that. They just, I don't get it.
이번 기회로 알았으면 좋겠다라고 말하는데 바로 무슨 말인지 알아듣지. 첫날 형진이가 다른 사람을 선택해서 나갔으면 또 다를 수도 있지 않았을까? 그냥
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
그런 것들을 생각해 보니까 맞는 것 같아.
Bro does not look happy about that comment.
최선을 다했어야 되는 거, 다 해야 되는 거 앞으로도.
But he's not wrong. Like if Hyanjin didn't steal that first date, Sungho and Sanu could have been they could have like something could have clicked because like Sungho said, timing is everything.
별일 다 있었다. 난 내가 모르는 일들이 너무 많아서.
너는 너무 몰라. 넌 이 집에서 지금 무슨 일이 일어나?
No, I think ultimately, even if they got together, I don't think Sanu and Sungho would last long as a couple, in my opinion. Just because the way that they talk about what they expect in a relationship is like so polar opposite. I don't think they would work for a long time. I definitely think they work way better as friends.
네 눈에
되게 분위기가 싸한 것까지는 내가 어느 정도 인지를 하거든? 근데 왜 싸한지 견제하고 있는 대상들이 다 갖고 있으니까 너무나도 큰 견제 대상이었지. 너무나도 큰 산이었어 나한테는. 왜냐면 나는 완전 상극이잖아.
그치.
옷 스타일도 그렇고
그치.
걔가 좋아하는 인상도 그렇고 뭐 하물며 노래 취향 뭐 등등등 정말 상극인 게 많거든.
That goes to show, like, the idea of types and styles is kind of low-key bullshit. Because someone can be your exact type, exact style, but then you just won't be into them, or you'll be into someone else over them just because of who they actually are, you know? So it's like the idea of types has always been kind of something I don't fully like think. Because when I'm like, I don't think, I guess I have preferences. Like I'm more likely to be attracted to someone if they are this, like they look this way. But generally, I would say I don't really have a type, because to me, if someone's hot, they're hot. Like that's just what it is. It's like, that's all it is. That's hot people are my type, like, I guess.
아니었는데 이렇게 뭐 느린 거북이가 사실 토끼를 이기잖아. 계속 가다 보니까 너무 가대. 막 이러고.
네 입으로 말 들으니까
서로 가대.
열받긴 한데 뭐 인정. 너네 둘이 사진 찍어보면 그림체가 똑같아. 너무 잘 어울려.
다행이네.
진짜 심보가 안 나? 이뻐서?
졸라.
진짜 고마웠다.
좋았어.
오.
Oh, Jinx, you owe me a milkshake.
고마웠어. 고마웠고 좋았고.
But yeah, when it comes to the whole types or like just relationship thing, like he made a good point. Junsung and Sungho kind of have a similar style, a similar vibe to them. And I always said that, you know, the whole idea of opposites attract is fucking bullshit. I definitely don't believe in that. You know, I think it's generally, I've looked at people that have successful relationships is the two people are more alike than they are dissimilar. You know what I mean? I think when we talk about opposites attract, I think maybe that only works if you have maybe different temperaments. Like you might have someone that's hot-headed and then someone that's more calm. Then I think that's an opposite attract that works. But I think generally when it comes to like interests and like lifestyle and those type of things, I think most of the time, the more similar you are, the more likely the relationship is to kind of flourish. Not to say it can't work on the other end, but I think it's rarer for sure. Because it's like harder, first of all. Like let's say you have someone that hates going out and is a homebody, and then someone that loves going out and does not like staying at home as much. There's going to be so much extra conflicts that you need to go through that you already go through in a relationship in that scenario, you know? Like let's say if a relationship has like 5 issues in every relationship, when you're different in that way, there's like 10 issues. You know what I mean?
형에게는 고맙다라는 말을 하고 싶었는데 서로 동시에 말할 정도로 그런 메시지를 동시에 말할 정도로 둘이 같은 마음이었던 것 같아요.
고마웠고 좋았고 행복했고 젤라또는 공짜로 먹을 거고.
공짜로 줄게.
Wait, did he go to his gelato store as well?
내가 표현할 수 있는 최선의 최고의 말인 것 같아. 진짜 고마워.
알아.
I bet you they all went as like a crew, probably off camera.
올 것 같아. 쳐다보지 마.
I just noticed he's got a scar on his left cheek as well.
나는 정말 그 너희라서 좋았어. 너희라서 다행이야. 다행이었어.
좀 울컥했어요. 되게 복잡하고 저한테 가장 동기부여가.
I'm curious how he got that scar, because I've also got a scar on my face. You can't see it because my maybe you can see it right here. Dumbest way this scar happened. I was like 6 or 7 and I was running with a butter knife, and then I fell on the butter knife and I fell so hard. Somehow I cut my fucking chin open basically with a butter knife. I don't know how hard I fell though. I guess I was also like very young, so my skin is soft, and it, like, you know, kids like piercing damages. There's like a higher level of piercing damage when you're like a kid because your skin is way softer. But yeah, I feel kinship whenever I see someone with some type of like little scar or something on their face.
그리고 덕분에 더 노력할 수 있었던 사람이기 때문에 그런 걸 표현할 수 있어.
Oh, he's also meeting with Sang-ho. Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
아 뭐야? 뭐야라니?
지겹네.
This is going to be an interesting conversation.
왜 왔어? 어?
나 다른 남자인 줄 알고 왔거든.
이쁘려고 왔네 그래서?
지루하게.
근데 왜?
Oh, he thought he was going on a date with Jun-sung.
내가 보고 싶다. 진짜.
알았어.
엄마. 아, 내가 오기 전에.
I'm so curious what that tattoo on the right is. Like, I know the one on the left is kind of like an Illuminati eye or something, but I wonder what the thing on the right is.
표정을 지을 사람은 준성이 형이겠구나 이런 생각을 했지.
아.
형보다 준성이 형한테 좀 못되게 얘기를 많이 했지. 나는 뭐 아직 형에 대해서 조금 더 알아가보고 싶고 좀 기다려달라는 뉘앙스로 좀 많이 얘기를 했었고 서로 약간 나한테 부담을 안 주려고 다 괜찮다 하니까 진짜 괜찮은 줄 알고 그랬지.
Yeah, okay. Again, that's a good point he made because that's, I think, again, I know I keep bringing it back to the other love triangle, but it's an interesting way to analyze it. But that's another reason why this love triangle was, it was stressful to watch as well, but it was like, there was nothing bad about it. There was nothing like toxic or anything about it. And it was because of those behaviors. Like, for example, even, in the Min-sung love triangle, for example, it's like, I think Min-sung has a lot of faults, but there's also the behaviors of the other two guys makes it a kind of bit of a toxic situation where it's like they're not for them, they're not saying, oh yeah, you can just take your time and it's your decision at the end of the day. Instead, they're getting kind of sullen and sulky and like, kind of a bit rushing Min-sung as well. So it's like, yeah, Min-sung has a lot of faults in this situation, but I think it's not like there's also problematic behavior from Hyanjin and Hyanjin as well. So yeah, he hit the nail on the head where it's like every person in that love triangle behaved in a very green flag manner, if that makes sense.
많이 걱정되더라고요. 괜히 나 때문에
많이 느꼈고 나는 오히려 네가 나에게 와서 준성이에 대한 마음을 말해줬잖아. 그래서 고마웠어. 그리고 신이 형 멋있다 생각했던 게
Right to throw that last punch in there.
그 타이밍 아직 남은 기간이 있는 그 상황에서 말을 해줬다는 것 자체가
He's like, I grew as a person.
우리 세 사람한테 너무 필요했고 용기 있는 행동이어서 나는
Yeah, it's so weird how Sunwoo, like, honestly, Sunwoo started as, like, when I was watching this show, Sunwoo, it's not that I disliked him, but he was definitely one of my least favorite members in the house because I just didn't like the way he was in the context of like romantic relationships. I just felt like he was very not ready for it. But as time has progressed and he's kind of withdrawn away from the romance stuff, I've really I really like this guy. He's funny. He's emotionally mature in situations where it's not him in the relationship. He's probably outside of like Junsung and Sangho, he's probably my favorite contestant in the house. Oh, he's gonna cry again. He's gonna cry again. Sangho, crying master.
일주일 다 울어가지고.
The god of crying.
눈물이 짜낼 게 없다.
그치. 어때? 개운해?
개운하지.
너무 푸시죠?
형이랑 얘기를 하고 형이랑 눈을 마주치면 난 형 기분이 너무 많이 느껴져.
그치.
그게 너무 이상해.
나도 너무 이상해. 그냥 그렇게 느끼는 것 같아.
그런 것 같아.
Oh, there it is.
나
나 눈이 엄청
Yeah, I was going to say Sangho wouldn't be able to get through this without crying. That's his
힘들 때
staple.
언제든 우리들한테 조성이 허락받고 나한테 언제든 연락하고 계속 보고 싶어.
형한테 뭐 사랑한다, 애정한다 이런 말은 못하지만 응원을 계속 할 수 있어서 좋은 것 같아.
I definitely feel like in real life, these three, like Junsung, Sungho, and Sun-woo, are probably the closest contestants. Like, they're definitely gonna. They give him those three. Give me like even outside of the relationship, they give me like bestie vibes. Like, I feel like Sun-woo is definitely closest with the duo, which is funny because he was in the love triangle. But I think he's the closest to them out of all the contestants.
놓치지 말까?
그러니까
먹을까? 말 얘기할까? 마주치면 자꾸 눈물 날 것 같은데.
더 하면 안 될 정도로 만족스럽게 다 한 것 같습니다.
They're acting like they're never going to see each other again. We've still got 2 one-hour episodes, bro. Trust me, you got heaps of time to converse still. He's definitely going to circle with Yoonhee and Hyanjin, I reckon.
엄청 긴장됐어요. 어느 때보다 더 긴장이 진짜 많이 됐던 것 같아요.
선우 형이 아니었다는 실망감의 표정 반, 정욱이 형이 있다는 상황의 행복 반. 사실 형이랑도 많이 대화해보고 싶었어요. 첫날 이후로.
나도.
네.
Oh, this is so awkward.
첫날 예배하고는
Because at least with like the first trio, it was like everyone knew what was going on. Everyone knew the go, right? But this is kind of like this, if like unrequited. They never really talked about it, never really brought attention to it. So it's so much more awkward.
통화를 내가 다 너한테 이제 했었잖아. 그냥 네 주변에 있고 싶었고 하고 뭔가 네가 마음이 선우 씨한테 뭔가 직진하는 게 보여서 그래서 나는 조금 더 조심스러웠고 하고 이제 그러다가 어느새부터 네가 선우 씨 때문에 힘들어하는 모습들이 조금 보이기 시작하더라고. 너 힘들어하는 모습 보면서
Yeah, you could definitely tell from a certain point, Yoonhee kind of gave up. He was just like, I'm just gonna vibe in the house now. Like he still tried when the time came because like it's part of the show, but I feel like definitely I reckon like around episode 7, 8, he was kind of just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking enjoy my time in the house, honestly, at this point.
살짝 선우 씨도 살짝 믿고 나는 뭐
형이랑 저랑 처해 있는 상황이 비슷하다고 똑같다고 느꼈어요. 근데 저는 제 마음을 확실히 알고 형도 저랑 똑같은 마음일 거 알고 그러니까 차마 형한테 어떻게 위로를 해줘야 될지 모르겠어요.
Because he was going through the same thing. I didn't even clock that. The fact that he was going through what he was going through. I didn't even clock that. Like I knew that they were like objectively, but I never made that connection.
그래서
한테 빠진 거고
제 마음에는 변함의 여지가 없다라는 걸 좀 말하고 싶었어서 확실하게 거절을 한 거죠.
아예 미안할 필요는 없어. 나도
This is what I love about Yoonhee, bro. He's like, I need to make sure he knows what's going on. You know, because I don't want this vague shit because it's just going to hurt people more than it needs to. That's what I like. He's just like, this is where I am. That's it. It's done.
또 그냥 너에 대한 감정은 미안.
마지막 날까지 이렇게 있을 수 있었던 것 같아요. 저도.
아니 그러면
네.
확인할 게 있어.
어떤 거요?
너 공룡 맞아? 맞지? 아니야?
공룡 맞아요.
공룡 맞지? 이렇게 혹시라도 나도 당연히 그렇게 생각을 했는데
어떻게 알았어요?
아니 뭐가 어떻게 알아? 네가 공룡 네가 닮았다고 네가 스스로 얘기를 했는데 당연히 알지.
기억하네요 이걸.
당연하지.
한번 말했던 것 같은데. 솔직히 놀랐어요. 어떻게 공룡 그게 전 줄 알았지? 이 정도 나한테 진심이었구나.
네,
진짜 감동받았습니다. 그럼 형은 저 들어온 거 처음부터 알고 김용희 때문에 많이 힘들어 그렇게 했던 거예요?
일부러 그렇게 했어. 일부러.
Honestly, though, I didn't even like this. I didn't mention this, but that's like such a sign of a green flag. He said this thing one time in episode 1 in the first meeting, and this bro he just like lodged that in his brain and remembered it. And this was at a time when like he didn't really like Yoongi at this time. He was just like, oh, that's a handsome guy. Like that was and so, but he still filed that information away. That's a sign. That is a green flag, I will say.
그냥 뭔가 혹시라도 내가 모를 거라고 생각을 하면 뭐라도 표현하고 싶었어 그냥. 어떤 만큼 풀리니까 더 개운해요 그냥.
오늘은 그 자리에 있어서 하고 싶었던 말, 듣고 싶었던 말 다 들었던 것 같습니다.
I knew it. Oh, okay, maybe not. I thought he was meeting up with Janok.
신경 쓰고 있었던 거는 민성 씨 한 명만 신경을 썼던 것 같아요.
I bet you it's gonna be someone else. Oh no. It's Hyanjin, right? Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be crazy next episode. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is gonna be a crazy interaction. Oh, because we know Hyanjin was fuming about what Hyanjin was doing. So, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in this episode. In this next episode. Oh shit. I feel like it's gonna be a toxic conversation. I'm gonna be straight up. I can't see this going any other way than an argument. Like, this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be insane. Oh my god. Shit. Okay, so that was episode 12 of Hisman Season 2. That was a good episode. A lot of conversations happening. I think we're getting a lot of like wrap-up stuff, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, that was my reaction to episode 12. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.